So for years I've used this old faithful T50 Arrow staple gun, and it has gotten the job done for all of my seat recovering projects. But let me tell you, I nearly have arthritis in my hands every time I'm done with these projects. So I'm extremely cheap, and I finally made a decision. If I'm buying a tool, it's going to be a solid name brand. That way I can get parts to rebuild it. Has quality. I know there's a bit of a warranty, a 1-year warranty at least. And Porter Cable's a name that I trust. I have a lot of the tools and they're good. So let's see what's inside this actual box and go from there. Now I have had the box open already, but practically this is what you see when you open it. You're gonna get your staple gun. It's gonna be unloaded. Instructions, some oil, and an Allen head to actually do a little service if it is needed. You can tell a lot of quality, good trigger, the fit and finish is all there. And here's really why I chose this gun right here. Now this is considered an upholstery gun, and this is why. Right here. This little extension really helps you get in the crevices and corners, especially a lot of the plastic molded seats. You will get yourself in tight spots, maybe next to a hinge where a latch will be, or even where the plastic molding hooks down and the leather has to wrap around, and you literally cannot get this staple gun in that corner. So I'm really happy about that. Let's get some air to this unit. There's a 90 PSI max, so we're gonna go adjust our regulator and do some tests on this piece of wood right here. Okay, so our first test is gonna be our traditional staple gun. And I'm going to put 3 staples in, applying just moderate pressure. And then the last one, I'm going to really drive it home. And as you can see, when I drove it home, it actually laid down pretty smooth. But the rest are floating, which is pretty irritating, especially when you're putting down maybe 100 staples in a seat. Let's get the Porter cable out and see what it does. All right, here's the unit. As far as putting staples in it, it's pretty straightforward. You have a release right here, and then your staples go in right from the bottom. This is a smaller gauge staple, by the way, 22 gauge, not your T50. So we have 90 PSI, and let's see how she runs. And then the last one, make sure there's no kickback. So as you can see right here, this one drove it completely flush. That was me actually pushing the gun down hard. And these two were just the weight of the gun itself. And as you can see, it still drove it completely smooth, where the mechanical one, with a fair amount of force, still has a gap. Alright, so now that you can see what the staple gun does to a block of wood, we're going to move on to an actual dirt bike seat and show you the benefits of having that extension to get some of these tight crevices. Okay, so the seat cover is coming along really nicely, but I did leave some of the trouble areas where this staple could never make it. Okay, and I'm going to show you what this staple gun can do now. There you have it. You have your 3 staples right here, and it's in a very deep crease. And then same for this side. This is something that you could only do with a good high-end upholstery staple gun. Okay, now we're going to do one more. It's about 1 knuckle. Since we're already pulled nice and tight right here, all we have to do is drive about 3 or 4 staples in here. Now, you have a really good, strong seam. And of course, I'm going to add a few more staples in here to finish up this project. But overall, everything is looking really nice and tight. Alright, so what are my overall thoughts on this staple gun right here? I like it. It passes the test. Now, For some reason, I was getting a feeding issue, and about 1 in 20 was actually skipping. I decided to open up the feed for the staples. I took a little bit of the lube that they give you to actually put into the air chuck to lubricate the gun, and I actually lubed just a light coat of the staples, and then also a little bit right here where it drives it, and I had no more issues. I did like maybe 100 more staples and had no feeding issues. Seat came out really good. I overkilled it on the staples just because I was having fun with the gun. I think that this thing is definitely worth $100. I can't speak for your $30 and $40 counterparts on Amazon or eBay, but for the price, $100, you're gonna have this forever. I say it's worth the money, and I recommend it. So if you like this video, it's helpful, smash that like button. I'm gonna post another video on actually recovering a seat with this old dinosaur. Take a look at it. But as always, guys, thanks for watching.